Steve Roberts not available. First question from Luana Rizzo. Go ahead, Luana.
Dave, would you characterize this game perhaps as one of maybe missed opportunities? Getting guys on certainly with the walk, but just not able to kind of bring them home when you needed to in those big moments?
I think that's part of it. Today was just a game that just didn't have any rhythm. It just wasn't a crisp, clean game by us. I think, all the way around. And you're going to have those games. But, there were certainly some positives coming out of it. But ultimately, we lost a baseball game, won a series, have a day off tomorrow, but wasn't overall, a crisp baseball game.
There were a few things in this game that I'm not certain I had ever seen before. Doug Eddings there in the 6th inning and the Mookie Betts at bat. I think a couple of folks lost track of the count. In that event, if Mookie had, let's say, hit a home run, and then they realized that it was actually 5 balls, what do you think would have happened in that situation?
I think it would have just played as is. That's on kind of both sides to kind of catch that. So it would have, I wish we would have been posed with that situation. But, we got a base on balls, and Mookie was in tune with that at bat, though.
Tony certainly wasn't expecting to have to come in and pitch this game. Obviously, this is a young man that you see as a starter could come out today to give you the length. What do you say about his overall performance coming in and what ended up kind of being a spot start, if you will?
Yeah, I thought Tony threw the baseball really well. And actually, on the heels of with what happened with Walker and our decision to put on the IL, Tony had a heads up and knew he was going to be in this game, but obviously not in the 4th inning. I thought he made some really good pitches, and, he was victim to a soft serve single, then a pitch with the split change down below that Van Meter did a really nice job of, and then the home run. But outside of that, I thought he did a great job keeping us in the game.
Finally, for me, Dave, when I talked to you in the 5th inning, you said Dustin May's x-rays were a bit inconclusive as far as that left foot contusion. Do you have any further information about how he's doing?
I don't. I think tomorrow when we get back home, we're going to do a CT scan, and if I understand it correctly, and then we should know more then. Right now, I'm sure he's just sore, and we'll know significantly more after the test tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question from Eric Stevens. Go ahead, Eric.
Dave, just wondering who starts Sunday for you now?
Yeah, so we don't know. Right now, it's kind of TBD, Eric, and we really kind of have the off day. We know Julio's going tomorrow, and then kind of understanding the opponent and seeing what we have available. We certainly have options, but any kind of substantial length, probably not. So I guess you can kind of put it under the bullpen day category.
But is it also possible you could call someone up, or that kind of depends on how Saturday goes?
That's possible, but I would say the likelihood of somebody that's on our roster right now starting that game is pretty good.
Thanks.
Yep.
Next question is from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Dave, how many guys are built up at that alternate site? Are there options to choose from for that? Guys who could even come in and spot start?
Yeah, there's some guys. We have some guys, but I think that it's still about getting outs and who we feel best to get those 27 outs. So, yeah, we have a couple guys, some options, but again, I still think the starter's going to be a person that's on our roster right now, currently.
What was the conversation like with Dustin when you did take him out?
He wanted to stay in there, felt he could keep going. Obviously, there was some pain in there, and he felt that he can keep going. But when you're talking about a pitcher's arm, their career, the mechanics potentially changing because you can't get over your front side, it's a no-brainer. It's just not worth. There's just way too much downside for me.
Was he dealing with any like swelling or anything in that foot even by the second inning?
I'm not sure.
And then just how would you evaluate Mookie's game at second? He had a lot of, or not a lot of routine plays to make, especially early on.
I thought he played a clean game defensively. Every play that he needed to make or should make, he did. There was a ball to his left that he didn't have a chance on the Victor Gonzalez ball with Peralta, and I thought it was very smart to hold it. There was another ball kind of up the middle that it was a base hit either way, so I thought he did a great job, a shift buster ball. So he played a very clean game at second base. Good to see.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
What's your level of concern about the starting rotation, Dave? You lost 2 guys in 3 games, and you don't have a whole lot of runway left before the postseason.
Well, I think we'll know more tomorrow with Dustin. With Walker, I feel that, he's on the IL, but I think that, once the days are served, we'll get him where he needs to be. So with him, there's not a level of concern. And I thought Tony was good. So I think that it'll be more telling with Dustin tomorrow. But I still feel very confident.
Can we look forward to seeing Tony Gonsolin in the rotation next week?
Yeah, I'm not sure what day we're going to pencil him in, but it'll be early next week. I think Tuesday is the first opportunity, so we'll see.
Thanks.
Yep.
Got time for one more. Go ahead, Pedro.
Dave, I heard you say that Mookie was in tune with that at bat with Eddings, but just curious, like he didn't seem to be arguing or protesting.
No, but he thought it was, and even when
to
I went to when we went to replay, he said I told him it was 4 balls, but Doug I think assured him that it wasn't, and so that's what Mookie was like. I told him it was 4 balls, so he's still gonna like take his at bat, and didn't think to go to replay or get me to replay, but again, Mookie, the umpire already told me that that's what Mookie thought.
Got it. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.
Tony Gonsolin now available. Quick questions from Luana Rizzo. Go ahead.
Tony, Dave said that you knew that you would be pitching in this game, albeit I'm not certain you knew you'd be pitching as early as you did. What do you take away from this appearance overall, kind of having to get in there perhaps prior than when you thought?
There's some bad, obviously, but there's definitely some good. I learned how to, get ready for bullpen appearance where I can go multiple innings. My body felt good. Just wasn't great today.
What was it that you didn't like in terms of things you want to work on? What are you saying wasn't great today?
I felt like I didn't execute pitches very well. I felt like there's a lot of improvement to be made with every pitch and just executing them.
With Walker Buehler back on the IL for his second stint with the blister on the right index finger, and now uncertainty in terms of what happens with Dustin May, how much more important does your next start, which appears to be at the beginning of next week, become?
They're all important. It doesn't really matter if it's game 1 or game 60 this year or in the playoffs. They're all important.
Thanks, Tony.
Next question is from Ron Kavner. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, Tony. You're used to pitching in different roles and things like that, but how difficult is that on a day you're not really expected to be giving length to have to go 4 or 5 innings?
I knew I was pitching today. How long I was pitching, that wasn't up to me. I just tried to be ready and, eat as many innings as I could.
Any other questions for Tony? Thanks, Tony.